25th of October 25, and I'm looking at the UK Council by-election results this week from 23rd of October on Thursday. And I think there was 10 this week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 actually. And it wasn't really that. I mean, Reform done okay. They done great second places, but it was mostly Lib-dems week. I'm looking at it from the perspective of, if you feel you need to vote on one issue, I mean, the government should really give us a referendum on the issue. They should have in 1948 and 58, 68, 78. They've never had a referendum on it. So I'm looking at it from that. And so from that perspective, you can only vote for Reform at the moment as a protest vote, really. So I think that's the way the country's going. But let's take a look at the 7. This one, Tories, I think this is Devon. And the South West seems to be really going Lib-dem again. I don't know why. I think this was an independent who had this seat. I mean, Reform done really well. They come straight in with 31%. By the way, this is Election Maps UK website, which is excellent for this stuff. Labour, Lib-dems, they didn't even sit the last time. I don't know what's going on there. 37%. I think it was probably an independent, and they're down 43%. So I don't know what happened. Tories, they didn't stand the last time. They were 16.7. So yeah, Lib-dems and the Greens have just collapsed, really, by the looks of it. Let's see. Yeah, the 5.9, they're down 23.9%. There's what they were at. So I don't know what's happened there. It's the first time I've seen the Greens collapse. 33% voted, so that's quite good for a council by-election. Glastonbury, Somerset, we all sort of know where that is. It's a Lib-dem hold. Round about the same. The Greens are down. I don't know what's happened there. The Tories are down from 29%. And Reform are straight in at 21%, so that's pretty good. But I don't know why people are voting Lib-dem. I just can't work it out. Turnout 33%, which is quite good for a council by-election, I think. I don't know that much, actually. I'm just talking for what I think. Dunstan and Somerset, another one, and another Lib-dem game. So the Somerset and Devon just seems to be... They do go Lib-dem quite a lot if they don't go Tory. They're either Tory or Lib-dem. I don't know why. 49%, sorry, they're nearly at 50% mark there. They're up 8%. But Reform are straight in at 29%, so that's pretty good. Tories are down 23%, and Labour are absolutely nowhere. 1.9%. I mean, is that their worst? Well, I don't know. Turnout 32%, so it's pretty good again. And I mean, personally, I think we should have e-voting, you know, on these things, and it should be a weekend thing, Saturday and Sunday, but, you know, people aren't bothered about democracy really in Britain. Well, the governments are, or Labour and Tory. Portsmouth, Paulsgrove, we have got a Reform gain here, but it was actually an independent who I think had gone to Reform anyway, so it's just sort of making it official now. But 64%, last time they were 63, I think it's the same person, so that's pretty good. Reform are down 4, but they weren't really in it the last time either. Lib-dems, they've only went up slightly. I wonder if this used to be a Labour area, you know, I don't know, but Labour are down 4%. Not much for Zach Polanski, who's the new leader now. No big result there. Turnout 27.8%, so that's pretty normal for a by-election, apparently, a council by-election. Here we go, what will say North West, Fenland, I don't know where that is. Conservative hold, so that's quite a surprise. They are down nearly 10%. Reform are straight in at 34%, so that's pretty good. Independent 12%. Labour down 16%, so their votes crashed. The Greens weren't standing, they get 20% the last time. I don't know what happened there. Don't know why they're not standing this time. Yeah, but the Tories won it, so, and it was a turnout of 27%. So, and on to Colchester, which I think's sort of quite near London, I think, but I would regard this as a Labour area. Yes, a Labour hold, but they're down 27%, so they're really crashing there. Lib-dems are up 12%. Reform are in at 22%, so that's pretty good. I would have expected them to have won it though, really. I don't know the area at all, but Greens 15%, so they're up 5%. Lib-dems are up 12%. Tories have crashed, they're down 9% really to 7.4%. So, but there's Labour's old thing there. It was 57%, and now they're down to 29%. So, turn out 24%, so pretty low there, you know. But there you go. And finally, Moseley and Birmingham, which I think is a very diverse area. I don't know, quite well off. I think Lib Dem gain from Labour by the looks of it, even though Lib Dems are down 34. There was Labour the last time, 38%. This time they're down 14% to 24%. So possibly they're finished there. I don't know. Independent 19%. I think this is one of the Birmingham independents, and I'm not sure if they're meant to be sort of an identity party or a very inclusive socialist party. I'm not sure. Yeah. So they get 19% anyway. So they're not bad. There was no independent the last time, or was that Carol Williams? It may be Carol Williams. I'm not sure. Tories 2.1. No real big thing for the Greens there. So a Lib Dem gain from Labour by the looks of it. And that's it really. Let's look at next week's elections. It looks like there's 6 council by-elections in Britain next week. On the 30th of October, we've got Bromsgrove, South Worcester, and currently Reform are defending. So this looks like another one where, for some reason, the Reform councillor is no longer there, I would guess. This seems to be happening quite a lot. Maybe it's just because they're so inexperienced, they don't know what to expect, or it could be anything, we don't really know. But anyway, they just want it, well, they get 34% and they just want it from the Lib Dems. So that's Worcestershire, Bromsgrove South. Could that be near Birmingham? I'm not sure. Labour are nowhere in this area by the looks of it. Neither the Greens. So that looks like between Lib Dems and Reform. And this time the Greens aren't standing. So we'll see how that goes. We've got St John's, Tunbridge Wells is a Lib Dem seat, so that was very easily 51%. I would call these voters sort of either they're the useful idiots in denial, or they're sort of people who try to keep Reform out for another reason or whatever. 16% last time Reform. When was that? It was last year. It was this year, in fact. So, don't know why this has been called for again. Tories about 11%, Greens 7%, and there's some sort of independent person standing. Well, we'll see how that goes. It looks like it'll be a Lib Dem, but I don't really know anything about it. On to the next one, Garlange and Thanet. It's a local. Are they standing again? Well, it looks like it's another local that's standing this time, but if it's a different colour, so I don't know. The last time Reform weren't theirs, so it was last up in 2023. Labour 20%, Greens not really in it. Tories 21%. Well, I would expect Reform to do well, but maybe the Independent will keep it. I don't know. Really don't know. And Stirling East. Last time it's a SNP seat. Well, the Conservatives are holding it, but I think the way they work it a strange way in Scotland. I mean, it's better, I think, but they're really saying that SNP held this seat last time, and Reform were at 14%, so they were doing well already. Reform. This was last up in 2024, so this was last year, and it was a Tory defending. So maybe, I don't know, maybe they died or something. I don't know. The Greens were nowhere really. Labour won 25%, so Greens 5%. Lib Dems nowhere, and Independent. This time it's all the main parties, no Independent by the looks of it. I don't know how that'll go. I'm expecting that might go to Reform, really, but I don't know. Roebuck and Stevenage. This looks like a Labour area, usually 39%. I think that will come down, but will it come down enough for Reform to win? Tories 23%, Lib-dems 16, Greens 15. So, but I think either Labour will just hold on to this or something, or Reform will win it. I don't know, I just get that feeling. It's all the same parties again, no independent this time, or whatever. And finally, Hendon and Barnet. Is that Hendon on Thames? Oh no, that's Henley I'm thinking of. Quite near London, that. Tories defending it. Labour were in 26%. Tories, well, that was a big Tory place, but I get the feeling Reform will win this. There's an independent standing as well. Last time they get 10%, I don't know, but it's the same one. Greens not really in it. Lib-dems not in it. Maybe I'll either be Lib-dem, Reform or Labour, but I don't really know. Okay, that's all for that. Look out for it. Blessed are those who have a council by-election to vote in, because it means you can vote as if it's a referendum, and you can vote for Reform or Advance UK when they come around. I don't think they're standing in council by-elections, actually. Alright, I'll just take a look at the national polling. Here's the national polling from Find Out Now. Who are outliers? They usually have Reform too high and Labour too low, but I think they're probably right. You know, it's the other ones that are probably wrong. And at the moment they're saying that Reform are 32%. This is nationally. Great Britain, Conservatives 17%, Labour 16%, Greens 15%, Lib-dems 12%. So we'll see how it goes, you know. So, okay, bye-bye.